Not long ago, the idea of AI agents felt like something out of the future. You had chatbots that could answer questions, write emails, maybe even generate code, but they still needed constant guidance. You had to tell them exactly what to do, step by step. Now that's changing, fast. In 2026, AI agents are no longer just experimental tools. They're becoming real, usable systems that can take actions, make decisions, and handle tasks with far less human input than before. And the speed at which this is happening is catching almost everyone off guard. So the question is, why is the AI agent boom happening so much faster than expected? Because this isn't just an upgrade to AI, it's a shift in how software works entirely. Let's start with the difference between what we had and what's emerging now. Traditional AI, especially in the last few years, has been reactive. You ask a question, it gives you an answer. You guide it through a task. It follows your instructions. But AI agents are different. Instead of just responding, they can operate. You give them a goal, not a command, and they figure out the steps. That might mean searching for information, comparing options, filling out forms, sending messages, or even coordinating multiple tools at once. In other words, they don't just assist work, they start doing the work. Now imagine what that looks like in practice. Instead of opening multiple apps to plan a trip, you tell an AI agent, "Plan my trip next month." And it handles everything. Flights, hotels, transportation, even scheduling, all based on your preferences. That's not a chatbot. That's a system acting on your behalf. And that's why this shift is so important. Because it changes the role of AI from a tool to something closer to a digital worker. Now here's the surprising part. Most people thought this transition would take years, but it's happening now. Why? Because several key pieces of technology matured at the same time. First, AI models became more capable. They can now understand context better, follow complex instructions, and handle multi-step reasoning. That's essential for agents, because an agent needs to break down a goal into actions and then execute those actions correctly. Second, integration improved. AI is no longer isolated. It's being connected to APIs, software tools, databases, browsers, and real-world systems. That means it can actually do things, not just talk about them. And third, demand exploded. People don't just want answers anymore. They want results. They want to save time, reduce effort, and automate repetitive tasks. And the only way to meet that demand is to move beyond chat into action. Now let's talk about why companies are pushing this so aggressively. Because AI agents unlock something much bigger than chatbots ever could: automation at scale. If an AI agent can handle tasks that normally require human effort, it changes how businesses operate. Customer support can become automated, administrative work can be reduced, data analysis can happen faster, entire workflows can be optimized. And that has massive economic implications, because time is one of the most valuable resources in any business. Now imagine saving thousands of hours across an organization. That's not just efficiency, that's transformation. But here's where things get even more interesting. AI agents don't just operate individually, they can work together. Multiple agents handling different tasks, coordinating with each other, sharing information, and completing complex processes as a system. This is where AI starts to feel less like software and more like a workforce. And that's why this boom is so important. Because once businesses start seeing real results, adoption accelerates. And once adoption accelerates, development speeds up even more. It becomes a feedback loop. Better agents lead to more usage leads to more investment leads to even better agents, and that's how technology moves from niche to mainstream. Now, of course, there are challenges. Trust is a major one. If an AI agent is making decisions or taking actions on your behalf, you need to trust that it will do the right thing. Accuracy matters, security matters, transparency matters. People need to understand what the agent is doing and have the ability to intervene if needed. That's why many current systems still keep humans in the loop. But over time, that balance could shift. Now let's zoom out. Why does this feel faster than expected? Because once the core technology became good enough, everything else started moving at once. Developers began building tools, companies began integrating agents into products, startups began focusing entirely on agent-based systems, and users began experimenting with them in real workflows. This isn't happening in isolation, it's happening everywhere at the same time, and that creates momentum. Now think about the long-term impact. If AI agents continue improving, they could change how we interact with technology entirely. Instead of manually controlling software, we delegate tasks. Instead of navigating interfaces, we define goals. Instead of doing repetitive work, we oversee it. That's a very different relationship with technology, and it has the potential to reshape industries from business operations to customer service to personal productivity, even creative work. Now, does this mean agents will replace everything overnight? No. There will still be limits. Complex tasks will still require human judgment. Edge cases will still exist, and adoption will take time. But the direction is clear, and the speed is increasing. So when people say the AI agent boom is happening faster than expected, they're not exaggerating. They're describing a real shift. A shift from AI as a tool to AI as an actor, from assistance to execution. And once that shift fully takes hold, the way we work, build, and interact with technology could change faster than anyone predicted.